Joining me now from our bureau in New York City, president of the New York Young Republican Club, Gavin Wax. Gavin, young Republicans in New York, you've made it your mission now to try and protect the legacy of the 26th president of the United States, that would be Teddy Roosevelt. And you folks are quoted as saying that the American Museum of Natural History, which is an institution that would not be there today if it were not for the great work of the 26th president, who was an American patriot and icon. I agree with you. And I think millions and millions of Americans agree with you that Teddy Roosevelt was a patriot. And by definition, a patriot means that you defend our founding documents. And among our founding documents, by definition, is the Declaration of Independence, which says, last I checked, that all men are created equal. This is Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Graham. Thank you for having me. And this is about more than just one statue. As you know, Teddy, a great man, a great president, a great American, is worth defending. But we're involved in a much bigger conflict here. This is about the very soul of America, defending America, our history, our legacies, and our traditions. And the 200 patriots who came out in New York City this past Sunday in the scorching heat to stand tall and proud and not be ashamed of our country and to let their voices be heard, that they were sick and tired of this cultural revolution that we're engaged in. And we want to see our monuments protected, our history protected, and our traditions protected. And that's what we were there to do.
All right. I want to address both of those. First, let's go to the rally. We have a clip from that. I think it's about 10 seconds long, but it's inspiring. Roll tape. You're a little off key, Francis Scott, but the point is, hopefully that was received warmly, but I think your point is crucial. And that is, we've seen this time and time again from Marxist socialists across the globe, whether it was the imposition of the Soviet Union in Russia, or the overthrow in Cuba by Castro, or what's going on in North Korea right now. They have to destroy the foundation of a country in order to impose the new radical ideology on the people.
That's absolutely correct. We learned from history that this was the path to a dystopia. They erased the past, so you're condemned to repeat it. We saw with the Jacobins in revolutionary France, to Nazi Germany, to Maoist China, to the Soviet Union. This is just a repeating of that same tactic that the left always uses. And until we put our foot down and hold the line, they'll continue to come after our history and legacy. And that video was well received. It had almost 2 million views online, and people are sick and tired of this. And the silent majority, are finally speaking out.
All right, if we're in the majority, Gavin, I'm going to hit you with a tough question. I only have 10 seconds to answer it. If we're in the majority, why are we losing? Is it because the majority is remaining too silent?
No, it's because our leaders are feckless, which I called out in my speech. We have really weak leadership in both parties who refuse to stand for our flag, stand for our country, and defend it. And they're letting the common people down, the working class Americans who keep this country running. So we need new leadership. But thank God for President Trump with his executive order and standing for us in our monuments.
Well, Gavin, I think you are the future. I think you're the future leadership. In fact, Gavin on the East Coast is much more intelligent and obviously much more versed in the United States Constitution than the Gavin on the West Coast, and we need more Gavins on the East Coast to speak up. I said it before, I'll say it again. If there is a silent majority out there, boy, more than ever, now is the time for these people to remain silent no more. Gavin, keep up the good work, and thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.